a paid version of Kahoot. It allows you to use other forms of questions, many other forms of questions. But a free version is good enough because it gives you MCQs, it gives you audio-based questions, it gives you multiple choice questions, it gives you image-based questions. You can share a video and then build a question based on that. So I have been working with the free version, and that is quite enough. The only problem is there's a limit to the number of Kahoots that one can create. So what I do is every year I create Kahoots for my students, and then I delete it for in the following semester. So I'm sure you'll be able to find out ways of doing it, and then if you like it very much, you can take the paid version, because it comes to as less as 15 rupees per Kahoot or so. It's no big deal. So once you can you all see my screen? So once you log in with your account, see, I have already logged in with my account. Once you create an account, it will ask you for an email and a password. Please remember that the password that all these Web 2.0 tools or any other tool out there on the internet ask for is not the password of your email. Okay, so you can use, so if it is Vijaya and Vijaya has vijaya@gmail.com, your password can be Vijaya123 everywhere. It should not be the password of your email. That password is your password for only this tool. What I do is I usually have the same password for all the tool accounts that I have. So Kahoot and Mentimeter and All Everywhere, for everything I have the same password. So you log in, you create an account, and then you go to create new. Okay. When you say create new, it will ask you whether you want a new Kahoot to be created, or you want a lesson to be created, or why is this not going? You want to, so there are all these options available. These are all things. This is a wonderful thing, that introducing new topic in the blind Kahoot, which teachers so you go to create a new Kahoot, and then you get this. All you have to do is decide the time that you want to give to your students for answering. I keep it as 20, and then it can be an image-based question. So for chemistry teachers and physics teachers, you can bring in an experiment and ask your students, whatever the question based on the image, and then single select, which means players can select only one answer. Now this is for the free version. If you need multiple answers to be selected, that requires a paid version. So then you just put in your answers here, okay, and yes, and then you decide which is the right answer. I say, okay, this is the right answer. You have to do all this as teacher, and you can have many more questions. It need not be just one question. Add several more questions, and you say done, and you add a title. You can give a description, and you continue, and it says validating Kahoot. Then you can test this Kahoot or play it now. So when you say play it now, it will immediately share the game pin and ask students to log in. But before you do that, I usually make it the day before the class, 1 day before the class. So I test the Kahoot and I get things ready, and that's it. So that's all there is to Kahoot. You should be all able to make one Kahoot during your evening session. Okay. Now, what more should I be? Mentimeter. Mentimeter, we are actually running out of time. So I will show you Mentimeter if we have the time. How did time fly by so fast? Okay, so that is Kahoot. Mentimeter is something similar to Kahoot. I think I'll just show you that, Mentimeter, Go Formative, and Socrative. Let me see if I can quickly show you this. Is another tool like Kahoot.
Okay, so Mentimeter again, you will have to start an account, open an account, have a password, and then you reach this where, you know, like we said, creating a new Kahoot. This is for creating a new presentation. We may not have time to play it, but I'll just show you how it looks when you open a Mentimeter. This is something that I had created.
क्यों तोड़ा क्यों
Let's just play it.
आज के दिन भी तुम
What you have to do is
क्यों तोड़ा
go to, can you see this instruction?
क्यों तोड़ा
Go to Menti
क्यों तोड़ा दोबारा तोड़ोगे
and putting that. Can one or two of you try to do this? Go to menti.com on your phone or your laptop, whatever you're using, and use the code 299444. Okay, yes, great.
कंप्लेन लेकर नहीं आओ फिर
So it says this is based on performance-based assessment. I mean, this question is based on performance-based assessment. I'm asking which is the best way to learn to bake bread. Visit a bread factory, listen to a chef on TV, make bread yourself, participate in bread making activity. So I have 3 of you who've said this is the right way. Anybody else who would like to participate? What about making bread yourself? When you participate in a bread making activity, of course, I love collaboration, and there's a lot to be said about learning from others, you know, others' opinions, others' shortcuts, others' ways, the recipes that others use. That's all good. But what about making bread yourself? Nobody wants that. Okay. Right. So yeah, so on. So this is, you would have noticed that this is almost like Kahoot. Okay, I'm just leaving that now. Okay, I have someone who said that too. Right. Thank you. Listen to a chef on TV. We will have to rethink our idea of performance-based assessment. If you think listening to a chef on TV will help you learn how to make bread, shift function F5. Okay, so what am I saying here? You know, very many times, believe me, it is not the tools that matter. If you go into Google and say, you know, Web 2.0 tools for formative assessment, or Web 2.0 tools for creating MCQs, or Web 2.0 tools for continuous assessment in chemistry, biology, you know, you search for anything, these are all available out there. That's how I learned to use them. But what matters is, you know, getting this knack of what to look for and where to use them. So bottom line is Kahoot, Mentimeter, Go Formative is brilliant. It takes a little time, but we will use that. You know, while I'm talking, if some of you would like to goformative.com/join, please join with this code RJRW6. So, right now, what I'm saying is that these are tools that one can use as part of your online classes when you are delivering an online class using Zoom, or when you're delivering an online class using Zoom or any other video conferencing app. These are tools that one uses to support your classes to function as continuous formative assessment. Okay, now quickly, now let me just move on to the next one because I'm getting distracted here. There was someone at the door and this person has come inside, so I was just looking at that person. Sorry about that. Now, this PPT, this presentation, when I share math, I would like also, maths teachers to take a look at this link that I've shared, because it talks about how you can use Go Formative in maths classes. There are tutorials that you can listen to use Go Formative in your class. There are, even in Kahoot, you know, if you start an account and search for free Kahoots or ready-made Kahoots available, there are thousands and thousands of ready-made Kahoots available for chemistry, biology, physics, maths, English, any subject that you want to teach. These are Kahoots that are created by other teachers and shared, with teachers for use in their classes. So all I'm saying is create an account, get a password, start making, look for other Kahoots created by people and use them as part of your online classes. You can also embed some of these into, if you've started developing a Moodle site, a Moodle LMS site for yourself, for your courses, you could even think of embedding this. If you're using a Google Classroom, you can again embed this. Now, even if you have nothing, and you are only using a PowerPoint in order to deliver a live class using Zoom or Microsoft Teams or Google Meet or WebEx or whatever it is that you use, you can still use these tools as part of your assessment while you are delivering a lecture, the way I just shared it with you. It's good for students because it's like they are playing, they're competing with each other. So there's a little gaming element. Kahoot for any student to get into any job. These are 21st century workplace skills. They are called GATE skills. They are called 21st century essential skills. These are what employers always look for in prospective candidates, the communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity skills. This is why they are called 21st century skills. This is called the 4 C's. So look for, somebody has raised hand. Is that a doubt? No? Okay. Right. I'm moving on. Okay. Now, this is another way of, I believe Indira ma'am showed you this yesterday. So I don't want to take much time. You're familiar with this, right? Because I believe Indira ma'am showed you this yesterday. Dr. Indira, what you need to do is go to paulev.com/KshemaJose. This is my name, 760. That's the code. And no, don't look at this one. You can respond at paulev.com. And which among the following is easiest to develop in face-to-face classes? This is based on the 4 C's that we were talking about. We were talking about communication, collaboration, critical thinking, and creativity. I would like you to think about which among the following is actually possible for a teacher to develop or test in a classroom. How easy is it to develop these skills? How easy is it to test these skills? Now, more than your answers, what I also want you to pay attention to is the fact that this is created using Paul Everywhere. Paul Everywhere is something that you can use as an add-in to your PowerPoint. As in, see, right now, I didn't have to move out of my PowerPoint presentation in order to show you this Paul, in order to give you this Paul. Unlike Kahoot and Mentimeter. For Kahoot and Mentimeter, I had to stop my PowerPoint, open Kahoot separately or Mentimeter separately, and share with you that code separately for you to see. Okay, yeah. Now, critical thinking is the skill that allows our students to analyze facts, to form judgment or solve a problem. They synthesize facts, they are able to reason, they predict, they discuss, they transform information, they apply information, they collaborate, they work together, they solve problems, they make decisions. All these things are part of, all these cognitive activities are part of critical thinking. Am I saying critical thinking is developed only in the online format? No. Many times we develop critical thinking skills in the face-to-face classroom too. We are talking about how this can be developed using Web 2.0 tools. Now, the examples that I've given here are, this is in the Sundarbans forest. There's this tribal, I don't know how many of you have read about this, but there's this group of tribal hunters who used to go out